What did Jeffrey deserve then? Well, you don't really... I feel like you don't deserve anything in life, you know? I feel like I have a very like cynical point of view on the world where it's like human beings are at the end of the day extremely disposable, right? Or expendable. I don't think people are owed anything. I don't think we're owed life or liberty or happiness. I think these are things that you have to fight for if you want them, because expecting them to be given to you is just narcissism. There's so many people that don't have these things given to them, that they do have to fight for them. And for you to go, well, but I'm owed these things, but I deserve to have these things. Well, everyone should have these things. Well, in an ideal world, everyone would have everything that they need and be happy. But at the end of the day, you know, like if you got hit by a car, you'd be dead. And that'd be the end of it. At the end of the day, there's thousands of people dying every single day that you'll never hear about, you'll never know about, who didn't have the resources that you have, or maybe had more. And you'll never know, because realistically, like, all you can see is your own world, right? All you can see is the world that's around you. And that world is the same for everybody. I don't know if that makes any sense. The world just is the way it is, and it's never going to be kind to you. Sometimes other people will be kind to you, but at the end of the day, the world isn't going to be. You're just as expendable as everybody else, and so you have to take charge of your future. You have to grasp the things that you want, because maybe you'll get lucky and somebody will give you those things, but the world just is the way it is. So you might as well just do it yourself rather than hoping and believing in other people. No, like, it's not like, I don't want it to be like pessimistic of like, oh, well, don't ever believe in other people, don't trust in people, you don't deserve anything, you have to be on that Sigma grind set. I don't think it's that extreme, right? I think it's just like you have to ensure your own survival. You know, you can't, if you hope other people will take care of you, you're placing your life in their hands. But your life is not in their hands, your life is in the hands of the world, and the world is filled with all of these people and all these circumstances and all of these laws that drive everything. So take care of yourself, you know? Do your best. Just take for yourself and don't take anything for granted. I don't think you have to just take for yourself. I don't blame people that do, right? I get a lot of shit when I'm like, oh yeah, no, like, I think people that are on that like hustle grind set, people that are like unapologetically like capitalist are based. People get upset about that. People are like, but Pippa, they're like hurting people. They're like, Pippa, they're like spreading misinformation, or Pippa, they're being mean to other content creators. Like, I don't think you should be mean or whatever, but also like, it all feels so inconsequential. Life is hard, so if somebody can survive off of like making videos where they talk about how you should eat nothing but liver and the women are stupid, I don't care. Like, more power to you. Is it good? Is it a good thing to do? No. Should I probably care? I guess. But it's like, whatever. You know? It's like, whatever. It's not worth it most of the time. It's not. It's not. People will be like, Pippa, but these content creators are making videos complaining about these other content creators and they're this or they're that. And it's like, just don't fucking look at them. Look at them. Who cares? Let them get their bag. Doesn't matter. Can't care about everything, especially if it's not directly affecting you. Yeah. I'm gonna keep buying my phones made with slave labor because I don't care. I don't have enough energy. Would I change it if I could? Yes. If you were like, Pippa, I'm giving you the power to stop phones from being made with slavery, I'd be like, okay, yeah. No more phones made with slavery. I keep saying this as if I know for a fact phones are made with slavery. I feel like they were at one point. Maybe they're not anymore. I don't know. There's still like t-shirts that Walmart sells made in horrible conditions. So whatever they are, okay. But I don't think me being like, I'm not gonna buy a phone anymore, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna fucking help. People get mad. People are like, Pippa, What do you mean boycotts don't work? Of course boycotts work. It's like, no, boycotts 99% of the time do not work. They don't. I'm happy for you that you can place such faith in that system, but come on. They don't work. They work if everyone does it. They work if everyone does it. And very rarely, very, very rarely, sometimes boycotts will work. But most people, yeah, they can't be bothered. It's mostly performative. It's mostly performative. And I get tired of that. People are like, Pippa, you're too okay with this, or Pippa, you're being too complacent about that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I just don't care. And I feel like most of the people who you think care also don't care. They are just being performative. You know, as a society, we value so much people who are on 24/7, acting like they're fighting for something. And I just don't think they are. I don't think they are. I don't think they care that much. I don't think Andrew Tate cares that much. I don't think the pussification of video games guy cares that much. I don't think the fucking... Did I already say Andrew Tate? I don't think J.K. Rowling, I don't think these people actually care. Usually they have opinions that they say because they make more money off of it. And it's all just a way to pay the bills. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to fucking waste my time like that. I don't fault them for it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think in a weird way it's kind of admirable to give people something that they believe in and to be so in character all the time like that. I can see a sort of beauty in it. You know? You can get down to the, but Pippa, Andrew Tate was human trafficking women. It's like, fucking no shit, that's bad. Like, come on. But I get why people like it. And in like a weird way, I'm happy people can like that. I'm happy people can find something that gives their lives meaning. Because it's really hard to find meaning. It's really hard to find things to be happy about. It's hard to find things to care about in life. Random guy, thank you. I really love these long Pippa rants you go on after every one of these endings. These are filter streams. These are filter streams in a weird way, because a lot of people click onto them to watch the game and they listen to this and they're like, oh fuck. Pippa's got the most dog shit opinions in the world. Pippa, stop tangenting. Pippa, move on. We're circling back to separate the art from the artist. Yeah, in a fucked up kind of way, I think it is kind of an art. Here's my batshit insane taste. I think like in a weird way, like influencer culture is kind of an art. I think it's kind of like a bard. Do I think they're as technically skilled as a musician playing in a fucking tavern, keeping the atmosphere going for a bunch of people who are fucking only eating potatoes and chicken liver for their entire lives? No, I don't. But I think that there's something really interesting and beautiful about the way influencers can breathe life into society, ideas, products. I think products are beautiful too. Pippa, you're a consumer. Pippa, you're giving into capitalism. Pippa, you're a consumerist. Yeah, kinda. I don't think stuff should make people happy, right? I don't think buying stuff should make you happy. But I do think it's beautiful to go listen. Like here's my like really stupid ass takes. I think it's beautiful to just walk into a Walmart and you see all of these pieces of art and all these colors and all of these mundane things that make up our world, that surround us, that took hundreds of thousands of people, tens and hundreds of thousands of years to build up and create. I think it's beautiful. I think stupid shit like erasers and pencils and paper clips and shelves, I think they're beautiful in their own way. When you think about how many people it takes to make something, when you think about how far across the world these supplies had to be sourced from and then transported and refined in other places, and people had to develop like the tools and the skill sets to like even just like a fucking shelf, right? You look at a fucking shelf and it's like, a shelf. It's just like some fucking wood and you put it together and you put it on the wall, done, easy. But it's like, it's not just a shelf that you just like fucking glued to the wall. And even if it was, like, look at like the history of glue. You know, look at like the history of nails. Look at like the craftsmanship that goes into like producing nails. Take a moment to like look at the differences in quality between like cheap nails and their materials and high quality nails and their materials. You know, it's interesting. It's crazy how much life has gone into every little mundane thing that we just take for granted. I don't know. Pippa, why are you being so sappy over Walmart? Because I go to Walmart a lot. Because my world has only recently started to expand. And the more my world expands, the more different places that I see, the more I appreciate my little small town Walmart and my little IKEA bookshelves, and I just enjoy it. The world is evil, but is also really cool. I wish I could appreciate things. Just pick something that catches your attention for even a moment and just look it up. Read the Wikipedia article on it. Go find a fucking YouTube channel where it's their autistic hyperfixation to fucking explain how wax figures from Ripley's Believe It or Not are made. Your autism is a thing of beauty. Is that what this is? Animegirl, thank you. The piano gets Pippa sappy. Kind of does. Kind of has an effect on me. Eric, yep, it's a miracle that we can tune into someone talking about stuff in real time from anywhere in the world. It is, isn't it? It is a miracle. Could you imagine? You get transported back in time 500 years ago. You'd never get to experience anything like this. Isn't that crazy? Your world would be so different. It'd still be wonderful though. There'd still be so many wonderful things around you. So many amazing products of the time that embody people's desires and passions and thoughts and beliefs, and like for better or for worse, right? Like, sure, you're using fucking irrigation systems that have lead in them, but for the time, like, that's so wonderful, isn't it? How far your society has progressed and how things are developing. You look out and you see all these pipes held up by sticks, feeding water into your crops. And now you can grow a fuck ton more crops. So now you can look out over a massive field of wheat and just admire something that wouldn't have been possible further before that, you know, unless you like live on the river or whatever. Really focusing on material developments. What about social developments? Honestly, I don't know, because I don't care as much about those. That's not what interests me personally. And you can be like, Pippa, that's like a... I don't mean that in like a, oh man, I think we should have slavery or whatever. I like things that I can objectively look at. I like things that can inspire me and give me hope for the future. When I look at like social progress and politics and stuff like that, all I can think about is, like, for me personally, all I can think about is like, oh man, everything is so intense. They're people, you know? They're so like, even these charismatic people that you trust to do right by you and your group of people, whether that's people of like a specific economic class or ethnicity or whatever, you know, like you put stock in these people and they don't always like live up to expectations and stuff, you know? I don't like politicians. I don't like politicians. They make me sad. I like listening to enlightened people. I don't. I like looking at products and materials because I can just view them as they are, you know? And with people, it's so easy to idolize them or to see them as enlightened or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're all just people and we're so... I don't know. I like to look at VTubers though. I like to look at entertainers because I feel like you can take from that like your own like highly subjective enjoyment. I still do like the idea of like politicians, right? I love with politicians the idea that they can push change, that they can embody the ideals of people, that they can be like these figureheads and stuff, you know, like great emperors and shit like that. I think are fun to idealize. But for me, I can only really enjoy them after the fact, you know? Nobody ends up a great anybody by not enacting some sort of change, right? Be it conquering other kingdoms or passing new laws that interest specific people. At the very least, you can say the world we live in today is more equal than ever before. I don't know. Hopefully, more people's lives are better than before. I hope more people can be able to live and survive and have hopes and dreams and passions. I'm gonna head off for the night. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. My name's Pipkinpippa. And I hope you guys sleep well. I said I don't like people, but I do like people. People are fascinating. They just also scare me. But I'm happy to have you guys here. So. And happy to have the rest of Phaseconnect and many wonderful friends that I have developed on this quite long journey. Pigman, thank you. Thank you for the streams. For what it's worth, I think I like this part at the end the best. Well, thank you. I'm gonna send you guys off to bed. What's up? Tilde fluffs away, Tilde! Tilde fluffs away, Tilde! Tilde fluffs away, Tilde!